Hi there. Welcome back to my channel. I've been doing a couple of flip throughs of the 3 new planners that I bought so far. I thought I was just going to go with these 3, but there are 2 more. I will get them in a week or so and I'll do videos when they come in. Now, this is the Psalms Faith Planner. Now, there's a glare, so we're going to lift this up a little bit. I see a scratch. Oh, it's just some kind of glue. So I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not going to tell you why I'm not going to worry about it. Because it actually goes in here when I use it. This is how I take this to the Kingdom Hall, is I slide it right in here, and this is how I carry it. So that, as much as I don't like that, this is my Psalms Faith Planner like that. So let me tell you about the planner if you were to buy it at Mamby's. If you were to buy this planner at Mamby's, Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, it would have come with these blue discs, which is very similar to this blue here. However, I collect discs, and when I got this planner, I went to my stash and I looked through all my colors, and I was like, do I like this one? Do I like that one? Do I like this one? Do I like that one? Do I even like this one? And I decided this was the perfect one. I mean, I have a couple other colors, but so the very first thing I did was I removed these discs from here. This is the Faith Planner that I use from April till September. One of the Faith Planners, I have 2. And I switched to these rose gold discs, and these rose gold discs came with the Botanical Deluxe Planner that came out in July. It was a monthly, it was a monthly planner for 18 months, and I wasn't crazy about the planner itself. I liked the cover, and I liked the disc. So the cover ended up over here in this Franken planner, and you can kind of see what all that is. So that's where the cover ended up, and the disc ended up in my container until this planner came out, and when this planner came out, these discs had a home. The other change I made was to add a Simply Gilded sticker. That's it. So quite naturally, I don't have the cover and I don't have the little welcome thingy because I've already started using this, and I'll tell you how in a moment. Then I took a Simply Gilded pen loop and I put it here. And granted, there's a pen loop that comes with this here. But like when I go to the Kingdom Hall, I like to take 1 or 2 other pens, and I may, for example, take this, and so I like having the extra pen loop. So that's why I chose to put a second pen loop, even though I knew that I would be using a deluxe. This is called a deluxe cover. I knew I'd be using a deluxe cover, but I needed a second pen loop. Okay, so let's get started. This is the name page. Heal, redeem your soul. This happy planner belongs to, and I haven't done any of these yet because I don't like my handwriting, but now I have letters in just about every color, so I will be doing that soon. This is based on Psalms 46:5, and there's already controversy saying the verse was misquoted, but I was looking at it for the beauty of it and for the fact that there's nothing other than a misquote, kind of a misquote, that doesn't conflict with my personal religious beliefs. So let's get to it. This is Heal, Redeem Your Soul. That's your name page. And this is kind of in flux because I started using this in October, so I took these out to photocopy them to make a couple of slight changes, but 2020, 2021, and this would say January, February, March onward, but because I am using this planner now, I had to make some copies, so that says October through December, and then This will be all taped together because I don't want a white page, but I just haven't gotten to that yet. And that'll take me to the end of the year. And the pages are over here to my left that I'm going to put in here. So I just haven't gotten to that yet. So what I did was, as you can see, this says October, November, and December. This planner started January through December 2020, but I could not wait. Although I had this faith planner that clearly went to the end of the year, but no, I wanted to use it now. So let's get started. Let's see, can I read this? Your mercy is great. Okay. And let's show you what I did. First thing I did, I took my labeler for October, November, and December, and I simply typed 2019. That was my first change. Second change was to white out each existing date for the 3 months and then put stickers that corresponded, because the 1st of October was a Tuesday. But this planner, I believe, had the 1st on a different day. I mean, because it was for 2020. So I've, each page, each month has a scripture, and this says, "But I will always hope and will add to all your praise." And this is not the Bible translation that I use, but I still love it. And then what I did is I whited out the existing days, again, just for those 3 months, and put stickers in to correspond to this calendar month. This is called the SOAP method, scripture reading plan. So it's scripture, observation, application, and some people may even want to put a sticker here for prayer. So it's called the SOAP method. So, but for now it says blessings this week and grateful for. I am trying to decide how I'm going to use it. I don't know if I'm going to put my daily text there or not. But in the instance of here, this was a scripture we had the Sunday before last. I heard the scripture in the public talk, and I also heard it in a study lesson. And no, actually, before I even went, I made some of these notes. And then when I was at the meeting, I wrote the rest. So I'm still kind of debating what I'm going to do here. And unfortunately, this week is blank, so I haven't done much. Because this, let me see my dates. Yes, it was 6. I thought for a second I misstated it. So, let's see if I can get this fully in here. You see it has the design here. And that design that you see there is that same very design that you see right here. And I'll just show you each week for that month, and then we'll just look at the dividers. Because unlike one of the other planners that I showed you, this does not have weekly or bi-weekly quotes, and since it does not, there's no point to going through each month. So that's how I dated October. And then we have November, which gives us favorite verses, prayer lists, notes, and dates to remember. No doubt Philippians 4, 6, and 7 is definitely going to go there because that's one of my favorite scriptures. Now, a lot of these dividers have, okay, I've drawn a blank, gold foil, so I will hold it up, either gold foil or rose gold foil. So therefore, I will hold it up and it says, my flesh and my heart. Okay, I can't read that. Okay, there we go. My flesh and my heart fails, but God is the strength of my heart, my portion forever. I'm sorry, the writing is very fancy and sometimes hard to read. And that's November. Oh, by the way, somebody says, what are you going to do at the end of the year since you already used 3 months? I said there's 2 things. A, I have a boatload, I have a stash. I have these here. There's one with my Simply Gilded things and my Planners Anonymous things. Well, I have 20 of those bags. So I got plenty of guts, which is the inside of the planners called guts. And maybe at the end of the year, this time next year, there will be something else. So I'm not worried about that. And then for November, like I said before, so you can obviously see that November 1st, 2020 was on a Sunday, but November 1st, 2019 is on a Friday. So that's why that's whited out. And then there's a scripture here, when my spirit was overwhelmed within me, you knew my route. And I put a couple of stickers here because we had our circuit assembly. It's really a special assembly day as far as I know, but I don't have a sticker for that, so that's what that is. And then here's our month. So let's just fast forward. Again, every month is going to look pretty much the same, and it'll be a preview for the next month. Here it says, even the dark is not dark to you, based on Psalm 139:12. One more time. This is dated to correspond to December 2020 and a couple of theocratic things. So that's what that is. And the scripture here, I will fear no evil, for you are with me, Psalm 23:4. This is a Psalms faith planner, so therefore every scripture is based on the book of Psalms. And this one says just some thoughts. And I'm going to tell you why this says just some thoughts, whereas this one says December. That's because this was the end of the planner. So that's why that's different. Now we have the true beginning of the planner, which for me will be the 4th month of the planner since I started using it in October. I'm trying to hold it up to get rid of the glare. It says, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in your sight, from Psalms 19:14. That's January. February does not have a scripture. March has a quote, even the stars praise his name. April is just pretty much like polka dots, thick polka dots. Here is what the inside name page looks like, and something that you see on every page. Here we have July. I will give thanks to you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. My soul knows that very well. I think in my translation says my soul is very well aware, and that's Psalms 139:14. August says Yahweh has done great things for us. We are glad. Mine, that's from Psalms 126:3. Mine will say Jehovah has done great things. And then we have September, and it says faith. That's the end of this planner, because remember, I started using it early. But it doesn't end for me because I have other sections added. I have midweek with a divider. And in my midweek section, I have our Christian life ministry for each week. This is our September workbook. And then my October workbook follows here. And then I have my November, I think through December I printed. Yes, those are my workbooks through the end of the year. The next section of my planner says Happy Mind, Happy Life, and that's public talks. I just chose a divider that I felt like could work, so it doesn't match, but it works. And for my public talk section, every Sunday when I do go to the meeting, just take this out just for a second. Every Sunday when I do go to the meeting, and I say that because sometimes I do a telephone tie-in at home if I'm not well, I take my notes every week. And that's what that section's for, plenty of extra paper. And then back here is not labeled, it just says surround yourself with beauty. That's cut off because I bought this set of dividers in a large and I cut them down, so therefore I cut off the top of that. But I thought that was really pretty. This here is 2 different ways that I can track my Bible reading. One is as I read, I can just either cross out or color in, because it is a very light circle, each chapter of the Bible that I read. Another method, and this is my preferable method, is the very last part of my planner, and that is cover the Bible, cover to cover reading plan. And this is how you can read the Bible from cover to cover in 1 year. And it's roughly 4 chapters a day. So, and it's perpetual, so that's why it doesn't say January 1st. It says day 1. So if I started this October 16th, then day 1 would be the 16th, day 2 would be the 17th, and so forth. So 3 to 4 chapters every week. If this was followed consistently, one could read the Bible from cover to cover in 1 year. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I had an idea. If I take this page out, I could simply go over here. Once I finish setting this little portion up the way that I want it, I could, once I start my Bible reading, my next round of Bible reading, I could take this information and transfer it to every day that I read. And I think that's a great use of this particular page in this particular planner. So for right now, I'll just stick it right there. Okay, let me just pop it back in there. And that pretty much concludes my faith planner, customized to my needs. Everybody's different, everybody's needs are different, but that's one of my faith planners. We have annually and conventions and annual assemblies, biannual assemblies, and I make those workbooks separately. And this actually fits in my purse with other things that I need for my weekly meetings. So that's what I carry. Hey, this is the translation I use, New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures. That's it. That's my faith planner. That's my third planner. When my other two planners come in probably 2 weeks by the time shipping, since I mostly shop online, I'll do flip throughs of those when I get them. All right, that's it. Thank you very much for your time. Bye-bye.